sword of blasphemy right in here. What's up, you guys? Shartimus Prime here doing another Marvel Legends figure review on the Marvel Legends Guardians of the Galaxy Groot Build-A-Figure Wave Nova! Marvel's Nova. Oh my goodness, I am stoked for this figure. If you're trying to get your new Marvel Legends figures, you can find them at Big Bad Toy Store.
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
Hey, now I believe in second chances, and this is Hasbro's second shot at making a Nova figure, and I am already impressed with this thing, and I have not even opened it yet. I am very pumped that they have gone through and made this, and I'm especially happy that they didn't give us that Jeff Loeb Kid Nova thing that I'm not too crazy about. So we have this packaging that resembles the Amazing Spider-Man 2 and the Winter Soldier waves. Very cool. I like it. It does not have a Guardians of the Galaxy logo up at the top over there. It just says Marvel. The rest of them, all the movie characters have the Guardians of the Galaxy written right there. That's the real only difference. We get some art right there of Nova, and then on the back over here, we have Nova in a very strange pose. It looks like his head won't be able to move up, judging by this pose over here. We get this little bio. It says Marvel's Nova. The Nova Force grants Richard Rider immense power, but without the stabilizing presence of the Xandrian world mind, it would also shatter his sanity. And we get a picture of Build-A-Figure Groot right there at the bottom, and then we have the other figures from the wave: Star-Lord, Gamora, Rocket Raccoon, Drax, Nova, and Iron Man. Then the same picture of Nova right there on the side. Oh my goodness, man, I cannot tell you how excited I am for this figure. Let's get to it and crack it open. Ah, damn it, I'm so happy about this figure, man. I love this figure. Hasbro did a fantastic job. This is their second shot, and they did not disappoint this time. This thing is freaking amazing, man. I am very pleased with it. If you cannot tell by the excitement in my voice, look at this, though. Look at that metallic look to it. Very similar to the Ironmonger Build-A-Figure that we'd seen, I think a year ago or 2 years ago maybe. But look at that. I like how the gold looks on this figure. The sculpting, I believe this is a brand new sculpt all the way through except for his feet, which I think is kind of funny. He has Bucky cap feet. But wow, look at this guy. This is a badass figure. That is just awesome. I'm very stoked about this thing. This is very cool. Let's take a closer look. But before we take a closer look, I wanted to look at this little instruction booklet. It shows you how to build the Groot Build-A-Figure over here. There's Marvel's Nova checked off with right arm, which I'll show when I review the Groot figure. Now, as excited I am for this figure, I did run into a couple of little problems. Very minor problems, though, right when I opened the figure. For instance, the top part of the star on his forehead was actually leaning all the way to the left over here. You can see that little line in his helmet. That's how far bent over it was when I opened it. And his left arm was bent all the way outward like that. And I was like, oh my god, no, I gotta fix this. So I ran, got a hairdryer, and blew the hairdryer against the direction it was leaning for both the arm and this, and it straightened out just on its own, and then put it under cold water right away, and then it's pretty much perfectly fine. Now I'm happy with it. I mean, it's still tilted a little bit, but for the most part, it looks great. So that's actually the only real issue I've had with this figure so far. I really love this figure a lot. I think the face sculpt is great. The flesh tone is awesome. I really like the color for the helmet. The gold color choice that they used is great. I think the star size is sculpted to get a comparison of what the first Nova helmet looked like. I mean, this is a huge improvement, man. Look at that. Come on now. Damn. And this wasn't even painted gold originally. This was just a flat beige color. I painted this gold myself. So yeah, look at the improvement right there, man. Jeez. Big improvement. I really like that they painted his eyes white and they have this blue trim around the eye socket. It looks like his left eye, though, doesn't have enough paint. It's kind of tricky to see, but yeah, looks like they could have used a little bit more paint in there, but not a big deal. It's still there, and it doesn't really bother me that much. Maybe I'm blinded by the excitement of having this figure, but look at this, though. The discs right there on his chest and everything. That is wonderful. I think they did a really good job on this. I really like the highlights and everything on this. It's like a light blue with a darker blue on the outside, and the sculpting of his suit is just so cool, man. And they definitely went with the same formula or whatever for like the Ironmonger, getting a blue comparison. It looks like they used the same kind of mixture to make the plastic for each of these. Because this guy on the blue sections doesn't have any paint detail. It's just that marbleized look, which I think fits this character very well. Anyway, he's got these gold shoulder pads over here. I'll show the articulation later on, but yeah, that looks pretty cool. On the back, got this star. It's painted pretty well. This is dope, man. These things kind of get bent when you move the waist joint a little bit, but it's not a big deal. That is nice. I'm just observing the figure. Not 100% sure, but they may have reused the legs of Bucky cap here as well. The boots look really cool. Really like the sparkles in the plastic. There's a Bucky cap toes. Yeah, Bucky cap toes. Now, I'm very pleased with the articulation on this figure. Judging by the pose they had him in on the back of the packaging, it looked like his head was not going to move up at all. But it does. Not a great amount, though. But it does pop off this peg over here. So what you can do is you can move the head back, or the head joint back over there. Then you could rest it on there like that. And it stays pretty securely. It's not all the way on there, but it's on enough where you don't really have to worry about it falling off. So I think that's pretty cool. He has these hinges right here on the shoulders, which I think works out very well. I think this is a very good idea. It allows the shoulders to move all the way out like this, and you can move them forward. You can rotate them up that much, so it doesn't really look too weird having him do that. And it can move outward. He has got the bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. He has wrists that move side to side and down and up, and the plastic piece right here on this gold section is attached, so you don't have to worry about that falling off or anything. He has a decent ab crunch, moves forward and it moves back, so you could definitely get him into some flying poses, and I really like that. I did notice getting just a tiny little bit of rub with these ab crunch joints over here on the front and back, so I did notice that. See these two little spikes right here on the very back of the figure towards this ab crunch joint kind of seem like they hinder the articulation, but not really. It all fits in there pretty well and it stays. Again, we have the waist joint and these two little spike thingies kind of folding forward as you do that, so you kind of want to be careful. And then he has great hip joints that move outward that much. You can kick forward, thigh swivel, double jointed knees, ankles move down, up, and a beautiful ankle pivot. And he does have pickles at the bottom of his feet. So this Nova stands at about 6.5 inches tall. Here he is compared to Hasbro's first attempt at Nova from the Nemesis wave, and you can see the vast improvement over here. This is incredible. I really like this. It hits the geek spot like how they fixed Days of Future Past. They fixed Nova, man. I'm very happy about this. Again, I mentioned that I did paint this gold. I'll try to find a picture of the beige color that they used for these arms and the section over here and down here, which was a very flat, bland color. I didn't really like it a lot. But man, look at the improvement. This is awesome. And here's Nova compared to Bucky Cap. So Nova uses more pieces from Bucky Cap than I had originally thought. They have the same hip joints, the same upper thigh sections and knee joints. They have the same shoulder joints and the same bicep sections. And then I think that's about it. Oh yeah, and then of course the feet are the same. And I think that's about it. And then here he is compared to the Marvel Universe Nova, which was originally such a huge tease for me because I wanted the Marvel Legends version of this. This came out a little while ago. And when I had seen this, I was like, oh no, I wish they had a Marvel Legends version of this, but we don't have it. All we got is that stupid Nemesis Nova. But no, they made this one over here. So this guy actually has these spikes right here that are attached only by the ankle, and he does have a calf swivel, which this one doesn't, but I kind of prefer that they don't have the calf swivel on this so that this is all attached over here, except for just the tip of these spikes, so I think this works out very well. You can tell it's pretty much based off of this little guy over here, but much added sculpting to the torso sections and whatnot, and adding these hinges over here, which this guy does not have. So this is kind of like the base figure for this one over here, and I think they made vast improvements on even this piece. And of course, here's Nova compared to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. So as I've already mentioned several times by now, I really love this figure. Totally recommend it. I think this is awesome. One of the cooler Marvel Legends that have come out in recent history. Really digging this figure a lot. Very fun to pose. I think this is badass. Totally recommend it. Actually, I'm digging the whole Guardians of the Galaxy wave overall. I really like it a lot. So anyway, please check out MarvelousNews.com for a full gallery of images, taking a bunch of pictures of these figures, and also hit the like button if you like the video, leave a comment, and do not forget to subscribe. I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Looks really cool. I did notice some paint.